Hi babes, I'm JVA, RJJVA. Welcome back to another video. This is officially part 3, I cannot believe that, to Pink Nights by Blue and Sleepless. I'm happy to say that as we have got really far from my first video. Last one was posted not even so long ago, but I'm too excited to wait longer, and so we're gonna continue. And plus someone has asked of me to deliver part 3, so I'm gonna do so because I deliver when you guys ask, and personally I enjoy this anyways. So as of far of the book we have gotten, YNN has gotten sort of kind of close to Larry, which they feel a pit of guilt because it's also Ash's best friend, and they feel like that they're taking both their best friends away. Because if I forgot to say, this is a Sal X reader book, so of course they're gonna feel regret because they also like Sal. And I don't know if they said anything about liking Larry. I don't know exactly if they said anything about liking Larry. Then, oh god, then we're gonna have a problem. But yeah, there was that little dancing moment with Larry and you, and it's an issue because you're kind of taking Ash's husband away. I'm joking, of course. That's not what that is not. What? That is not what y'all intended, of course, but, or what they intended, of course, they didn't mean that. So yeah, they feel a little bit remorse, which that's understandable because you feel like that you're taking both your best friends, guy best friends. They feel kind of like, I guess, sneaky for it or something like that. That's bad. But besides that, just news and something new. I'm gonna start playing music in the back of my videos simply because I don't like having to hunt down for music whenever I do edit, because it's actually fucking tiring as shit. And I would only like to do a little editing because I want to get these edits out like boom, because I don't want it to take forever. So yeah, I'm gonna start playing music in the back. And I'm going to try doing something different for Larry and Sal's voice, because every time I do Larry's voice, it comes out the way I don't want it. So yeah, it sounds weird and I don't like it. So yeah, Larry's going to have it's going to sound a little different. Sal is going to sound the same because I don't know what the word is for it. Damn it. I just think Sal is more of a gentle, soft voice person. He wouldn't have a rough voice. He would definitely have a very soft voice when talking to someone he likes or enjoys. But in general, Sal has a soft voice because he's a very, very gentle, soft boy. So yeah, that's all I've got for updates. And yeah, I'm gonna try to cut this short as possible. But I wanted to point out the art that I'm using for the beginning half. It's Franbo and Sal, and it's adorable. They're at the supermarket together, and they have his cat, Gizmo, and her cat, Mr. Midnight. That is absolutely adorable. Even though both the games are both traumatizing, and yeah, it just feels nice to know that there's at least a happy side to these fandoms. Anyways, I'm JVA. RJJVA, and this is Pink Nights Part 3. Enjoy. Hi guys, welcome to Chapter 1, or Part 1, Pizza with Larry and Ash. I hope you don't mind the music. Anyways, let's get it. Ash, hey, what's up? You just got back from class. Why? Larry and I are about to get pizza. Wanna come? You. Oh, sounds good. Ash. Yay. We'll be there soon. You wanna meet outside? You. Yeah. I sigh and toss my phone in my bed. I stand in front of my mirror examining my smudgy makeup. Today has been rough. Falling asleep in class did not leave me looking too great. I brushed my hair and tried to fix my eyes. Then I swiped my jeans for pajama shorts. It wasn't even dark yet, but I was too beat to stand another minute being uncomfortable. I slid on brown funnel and grabbed my phone. Ash, I'm downstairs whenever you're ready. I sighed again before grabbing my keys and heading out. When I got downstairs, I could see Ash through the doors leading outside. The guilt pressured. Hey, wine in, she chirped. Cute shorts. She pointed to my sheet printed pajamas. Yeah, it was a super rough day. I feel you. No judgment here. Ash crossed her arms and looked over out to Larry in the parking lot. The urge to tell her grew so much stronger. But the moment couldn't have been more wrong. Oh, there's Larry. She nodded to the Honda. Ash took the front seat while I hid in the back. What's up, gals? Larry turned his music down and looked over to me with a smile. I smiled back politely and looked out the window while Ash saved me from speaking. She was on and on about her new classes, giving detailed reports on each of her professors. Larry glanced at me through the rearview mirror. You got anything to say? Or is Ash just a chatterbox here? Hey! She hits Larry's arm in defense. I forced a laugh. I think she's got that all covered. Well, no fun. Maybe you think of something to say after you eat. Larry picked up a retro building that looked like it may have been a Franklin spot of our grandparents. Why does this place look like a diner if it's a pizza place? I asked Ash as I got out. It's a novelty, she shrugged. They have t-shirts and shit. I never question it, but you're right. I guess it seems off. A novelty? She says. Larry laughed at Ash as we led the entrance. The place was nice inside, though in fact exactly a diner. To serve pizza, it was decorated and fun. We took a seat at a sparkly red vinery booth and soon after had our drinks ordered taken by a waitress. Ash handed me a menu from the end of the table. Larry and I usually split a cheese pizza, but we can get whatever you like since it's your first time. She smiled at me sweetly. The guilt was really unshakable. Between being in the presence of Larry without having any contact with him since that night and having Ash see us together with no clue of what had happened between us, I couldn't get that out of my head. I thanked her and opened the menu, grateful to have my hands kept busy. I'm totally fine with cheese pizza, especially since you guys seem to like it so much. Aw, what a humorous guess. Ash smiled and set her menu down. So large cheese pizza it is. She looked at Larry and I. Sounds good. Larry nodded and filled it with a straw. The waitress eventually returned to take our order. Ash thankfully was a speaker for the table. While Ash was ordering, I caught Larry's gaze. It felt gentle and almost apologetic. Okay guys, find something to talk about. I'm gonna go to the bathroom before our food comes. Ash excused herself and scooted out of the booth. I sighed and looked at Larry. Look, I know this is weird. Larry straightened his posture. I know I probably should have reached out to you after, this really isn't how I wanted to make contact. Yeah, it is a bit tense. I know there's no reason for it to be what happened. I scoffed. Well, I guess first off, I feel incredibly guilty. I lowered my voice. Ash doesn't know. Larry fumbled with the straw again. There's nothing momentarily wrong with that. I held across my arms. He softened his voice. We haven't had a chance to talk about anything yet. We danced, and that was it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I uncrossed my arms and offered a gentle look. You wanna talk about it tonight? I looked towards the bathroom to see Ash heading back and I nodded in response before setting a new, safer conversation. Does it snow here? I asked Larry in an atheistic tone. He smiles. Yeah, lots. It's pretty fun in the cooler seasons. Aw, my two buddies are chatting. Ash slides back into the booth. Talking about snow? I nod. Yeah, I hardly get to see any. Oh my god, you'll love it. We can go sledding. It's so much fun. Ash smiled and took a sip of her drink. Yeah. I looked back up at Larry and felt that aching in my chest again. Why does Ash have to be so sweet? No labels. I huffed out a breath as I came up to the last few steps. Larry, I hate your apartment. I know. His keys jingled as he unlocked the door. Surprisingly, the car ride here wasn't as awkward. I say surprisingly because the main view we pulled before leaving was actually comedical. Larry dropped both Ash and I back off at our dorm to avoid suspicion from Ash. Of course, since we live on the same floor, I had to walk up to my room with her. Being the scaredy cat I am, I waited in my room with my ear pressed up against the wall for at least 3 minutes, making sure Ash wasn't about to leave her room. Once I thought it was safe, and it sounded like she got in bed, I darted out of my room down the hall, all just to get back into the car with Larry. But now it was awkward. We had reached the point of confirmation. Both of us sat on either side of the couch, swallowing hard, every attempt to begin the conversation. Okay, I'll start. So, a part of me feels like maybe I totally okay if we don't talk about it. I mean, it's just the guilt of Ash not... It's just the guilt of not telling Ash. Larry nodded slowly. Well, what about Sal? I raised an eyebrow. What about Sal? I mean, weren't you worried about not telling him? I exhaled. It's different with Ash. He shook his head, smiling slyly. I get it. I know, it's different with Ash. There's been boy talk, hasn't there? I felt my cheeks heat up, and I rolled my eyes. Oh, you wish! Larry smiled harder. I don't know. You look like you're lying. What have you guys talked about? I was blushing big time, remembering me and Ash admitting Larry was hot. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Nothing! But if we did, it's none of your business. I could feel him looking at me. I don't think she'll care about this, whining. He scooted closer. I don't know what makes you say that. Ash and I have been friends for years. I can't begin to tell you the number of times she's edged me to find a date. It's what friends do. I exhaled sharply. And Sal? I thought you didn't care what Sal thought. I sat there for a second. Sal was still so confusing to me. He caught my eye. The minute I saw him, there was no doubt about his character. He was kind and sweet and comforting. But Ash... Larry said he likes Ash, but there it is. That's the kicker. That's what ties it all together. What are we doing, Larry? He looked at me confused. What do you mean? I mean, are you into me? Larry sighed. I have been kind of avoiding the main point, haven't I? He ran a hand through his hair. Why did you do that? Why did you press me? He sat up straight and looked at me. Look, I trust you. I don't know why, but I trust you. It's an intrusion or something. When I showed you my art that one night, we were in my bedroom, the look in your eyes was so genuine. I don't know. I've never felt more comfortable being viable with anyone besides Sal and Ash, and I don't know, it meant a lot to me. I nodded my head, but I didn't know how to respond. I hope I'm not coming on too strong. He pushed his hair behind his ear. I'm sorry, Lena. You don't have to be, Larry. I felt a lump in my throat. It was silent for a moment. I could tell we were both navigating the situation with the same insecurity and caught in a way. Larry's awareness was comforting. We don't have to put a label on this, and we don't have to tell anyone. I love my friends, but sometimes your private life is private. But we could let this unfold naturally. But I respect you, and if that sounds super douchey, then all that means slap me. I laughed, making him smile back at me. Larry, shut up! I covered my hands with my sleeves. No labels, keep it private? These boundaries are fine with me, but I've never done this before. He shook his head. Yeah. Me neither. Coffee with Sal. And also, I've never listened to Brutal by Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah, I know. Slap me. I only know a few songs by her. Anyways, we got coffee with Sal. Wine in. Wait up. I turned around to see Sal running behind me. He panted slightly. Hey, I saw you leave the library. It's been a little while. What's up? Immediately, I smoothed my hair. Oh, just doing schoolwork. I readjusted my bag. What about you? Yeah, me too. Not much excitement lately. So, how's your physics project going? It's going straight. That was a lie. I haven't even started it. Sal nodded. That's great. He laughed. I'm still here if you ever need help, I smiled. Well, I might end up annoying you soon. I actually haven't gotten much done. I've been feeling kind of overwhelmed. That's an understatement. He returned the smile. There's no need. Where are you headed to? I was about to get coffee, but I had no real plans. No mind if I join? I smiled and shook my head. No, not at all. It was a nice day out. Sunset was approaching, the air was cooling down. Sal and I walked to a nearby coffee shop across from campus. I only ever passed the place, and I figured I'd only try something than dining hall coffee. Once we got our drinks, we took a seat outside on the patio. I got a chai tea and Sal got a smoothie. He said coffee made him feel jittery. It was funny to me, imagining Sal with lots of energy. Sorry you haven't seen much of me lately. I've been really busy with school. Ash told me you and her and Larry went out to get pizza. Did you like the place? Oh, you don't have to apologize. I totally understand. But yeah, the place was good. A little odd, but I liked it. I took a sip of my drink. Are you doing all right? I mean, with school and everything. Sal stirred his pink smoothie. Yeah, for the most part. A breeze picked up and blew his hair lightly. I think I just need to spend more time with you guys. I've been feeling wanded up, and I just know to have fun with my friends. You know? Yeah, I get that. Being alone can drive you crazy. Guys, I'm sorry about that. Hold up. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, this is way better. It's on YouTube. It's a sallyface playlist, and I think this is perfect. And there's less ads anyways. Anyways, let's continue. Sal laughed. And with the way people look at me already, I don't need to get any crazier. I laughed along with Sal. It was so easygoing, knowing he was stressed and he was still able to joke around and laugh. Hopefully we can all go bowling together. Do you like bowling? I'm terrible, but it's so fun. I could see his eyes squint behind his mask. Oh, no. I'm pretty sure you're being too hard on yourself. I mean, Larry and Ash are insane competition, but trust when I say I believe in you. I smiled. What about you? Are you any good? I could put up a fight, but no. I guess I'm pretty shit too. He shook his head and took a simple sip underneath his mask. I'm not very competitive though, or athletic. Oh my god, I jerked on air for a minute. Sal! A tall red boy walked up to our table. He had curly hair, wired glasses, and his backpack was full and honestly was probably hurting his back. Todd! Oh my god, sit! Sal put out the third chair at our table. The boy sat down and let his bag fall off his shoulders. God, these classes are killing me. Literally. He pointed to his busting bag. Don't worry, dude. I totally believe you. Sal turned to me. Oh, Todd, this is Wynan. Wynan? This is Todd? Todd reached out for a handshake. I took his hand, instantly feeling nervous for how warm my drink made my hand feel. He didn't seem to notice, though. It's nice to meet you, Wynan. I like your pink Tamagotchi. He pointed to a little keychain in my bag. I modded in one middle school to play songs from MP3. Was mine white? Sal laughed. Wynan, Todd is an engineer major. If you can tell, we went to high school together. We sure did. It was a wild time. I smiled at Sal. You two don't strike me as party animals. Sal redirected. So, Todd, how was your summer? We missed you. It was great. Todd went on to explain how he had studied abroad for summer in some computer engineering program. Just by listening to him talk, I completely believe he was modded. His keychain Tamagotchi. Do you still have the Gear Boy? Yeah, I mean, not with me, but... Yeah. Sal took another sip of his drink and played with the strings of his hoodie. Okay, that's good. We might need to keep an eye on it soon. Todd started to grab his bag. Is everything okay? Sal pressed. Don't worry, Sal. Everything's fine. It's just housekeeping. Todd stood up and slung his bag on his back. Well, Wynan, it was nice to meet you. Well, great to meet you. I hope I get to see you two again soon. I missed you, Sal. I nodded and smiled as Sal said his goodbyes to Todd. You still have a Gear Boy? Sal hesitated. Oh, yeah, it's one of Todd's little modded gadgets, though. Oh, that's cool. What does it do? He paused for a moment while he twirled his straw. It's like a kind of a police radar. Oh, I used to know a guy in high school who had one. It's like for when you're driving around, right? Detects police activity. Sal lifted his mouse again and took a long sip of his last smoothie. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we have bowling with a group. This is a long one, so prepare. I eventually start my project. Honestly, the last time I thought about it, when I first met Sal in the library, I felt solid with my basics, but getting the work done was a different story. How do intense emotions affect rational thinking? I almost feel like I couldn't even need to think of any outside research that had been my life for the past month. For starters, intense emotions can cause insecurity, and insecurity can cause doubt, leaving you unsure of every decision you make. Not even to mention the added anxiety that uncertainty ensures, which one's your self-confidence. Ensures confused rational thinking seems irresponsible when you don't trust your own personal perspective. Wait, is that too basic? I felt defeated. I was so excited to be here, and I was even more excited when I met Ash. I felt like I was self-sabotaging. I couldn't even meet in the middle. I would isolate myself in high school, and now in college I was nearly socially in debt. What kind of freak starts fantasizing about romance immediately after meeting someone? Especially that someone is your new best friend's best friend. Even worse, what kind of psycho does that twice? With both of your new friends and best friends, not to mention, again, who were also best friends? Was I really this lonely? This desperate? Maybe I should choose a different topic for this paper. This one seems like too much for me. I shut my laptop down and flopped down in bed with my phone. One new text message. It was Sal. Still down for bowling? If I could get out of my bed and enjoy this, then yes, I'm down for bowling. Was I capable of this? Maybe, hopefully. I had to be. I was not passing this up. I responded, yes, of course. Sal. Great, everyone's gonna be there, even Todd and his boyfriend. You'll like him too. He's super nice, it'll be fun. Ash is already over with Larry and me. You want me to pick you up? We're waiting for Todd right now. You? Yeah, sure, I'm gonna get ready, but I'll be done whenever you get here. I sat my phone down on my desk and picked out the outfit suitable for bowling. Every minute I got dressed, I felt this slight pressure to impress Sal and his friends. They were so much cooler than anyone back home. I brushed my hair and put some clips in, deciding to keep it out my face for tonight. When I went to grab my phone and keys from my desk, Sal's hoodie caught my eye. It had hung on the back of my chair for a while. Now I never had the chance to give it back. Sal. Hey, I'm here. No rush though. You. Perfect timing. I'll be done real quick. I grabbed my messenger bag and tossed my things in before heading out. When I approached Sal's car, I motioned for him to roll down the window. I crashed down to see him. Hey, I still have your hoodie. What do you, like it back? I can go up and get it, of course. He shook his head with squinty eyes. That's okay. I have so many. It'll be getting cold soon. You'll need it. I smiled while I got into the passenger seat and we started towards Larry's. I have my phone connected to the aux, but you can play something if you like. Sal offered me his phone, encased in clear plastic with a cute photo of him and Larry on the back. Cute. Let's just say we'll just say the Sanity's Fall songs that's playing is what you decided to play. I do not feel like changing the music whatsoever. Sure. I hesitantly grabbed his phone if I thought I was nervous trying to impress Sal with my clothes. Boy, was I trying to think of a song he'll like. Fuck it. I said as if I was going to get out of my head, and it starts now. I decided to play a song I like. Oh, Wayne in. Jeez. I haven't heard this song since high school. I set his phone down between us. You know it? I love it. I used to listen to this band all the time. I felt relieved. Yeah, this album got me through senior year. The sun had gone down completely, and only the streetlights lit up over our route. The ride to Larry's from campus was slightly disisolated. There were some houses, but they were plotted on large land. Most of the ride's view consisted of fields. The moon was full, and the sky was clear, enough for the stars to shine fully. It was a nice night. When we got to Larry's, Ash and Larry had already pre-gamed to bed. Sal objected. Okay, so who's gonna drive? Us? Me? Ash giggled. It's Larry's fault. He brought a Hello Kitty boing and acting like I wasn't gonna hit it. I looked at Larry, who offered a shrug. Look, man, we could drive an Uber if you don't want to drive. Sal turned to me. At least there would be less competition tonight. I laughed. Sorry about that. Ash piped up. Well, maybe Neil could drive us. He has an SUV. We'll probably fit. I don't know, Ash. There's only 5 seats. And there's only 5 people. Larry squalled out on his beanbag and laid his head back all the way. He looked fully relaxed and incapable of bowling. Ash hummed and tapped her foot. Why in? Can sit on my lap. Problem solved. I couldn't hold in my amusement. I let out a laugh. Problem solved. Larry snickered. He lifted his head up. Aw, come on, Whinen. It'll be so cute. It's a perfect bonding activity. Whinen, it's okay. I can drive. Sal whispered to me. Ash whined. Whinen, please. It'll be fun. As long as the driver is fine with it, I'm down. I wasn't fully open to see how this would turn out. I'm always bored and in need of excitement. Sorry. Sal shook his head. This is such a weird night already. Oh, Todd and Neil is here. Ash sprung up and pulled Larry's arm. Time to go. Are you sure you're going to be okay on Ash's lap? Sal opened the front door. I walked out and stood in the doorway. It'll be fun. We made it to Neil's car. Larry introduced me to Neil, who was very nice. Larry also explained that he was high and Sal didn't want to drive, but Ash offered me on her lap. That's not very safe, Larry. Todd scolded. Neil ignored him. How far is the bowling alley? Maybe like 2 miles? Sal stepped closer to Neil's window. Promise me you'll hold on tight now. Neil said, smiling at me. Of course. We all plowed into the back seat. Larry was behind Todd in the passenger seat. Sal was in the middle, and Larry was behind Neil. I was in last. Of course, I had obliged, but when the time came, I was a little nervous to sit on Ash's lap. I felt like I had the spotlight on me. Am I hurting you? Ash was still high and very giggly. Oh my god, no! You feel like a weighted blanket. I looked down at Sal and Larry. Shorties. When Neil started driving, I got a little scared. I was definitely wobblier than I expected. I grabbed the handle above the window and held on tight for the turns, and once I balanced myself, it was a chill drive. That was until a cop was spotted. Larry sat up and stuck his head between Neil and Todd's seat. Oh shit, Neil, I think we're gonna get pulled over. There's a cop at the light. Okay, everyone calm down. We're just gonna pull up next to them, Neil said. I panicked, knowing Neil would probably get pulled over for one passenger without a seatbelt, and 2 more passengers high as kites. I laid across Sal and Larry's lap. Todd gasped. Ooh, great thinking, Whinen. Neil turned back. What's going on? I smiled and waved. I'm hiding. Ew, don't look at me from this angle. Larry scrawled and covered his face from my view. Sal pushed his mask further down. Ash is right. You feel like a weighted blanket. This is a beautiful moment. Ash took her phone out and snapped a picture. My first picture with them was probably the most unflattering picture of me to ever exist. But I feel happy. It was more as if Ash had solitude in my place in their group. By the time we arrived at the bowling alley, I felt like I had already had a decency fun night. Just being around them was enough. I love watching the dynamics of everyone's personalities. Sal was proven right. Ash and Larry were definitely not great competition. Larry also bowled out a spare, but Ash bowled 2 gutter balls in a row. That damn Hello Kitty! She triggered back on her seat and crossed her arms. Todd and Neil were tied for the first place, and Sal and I were bowling for third. Woo, go Sal! Her fists were pumped in the air. She was a good cheerleader. Sal wasn't good of a bowler, though. Ooh, huh. It's okay, Sal. She clapped. You get him next time. He rolled his eyes and laughed. Larry, do you want fries? Ash leaned over me to get to Larry, who was sitting close to the alley. His eyes lit up. Oh god, yes. I watched them make their way to the confession stand. Ash was tall, but Larry was taller. He made her look so small. Ash is funny, huh? Sal turned to me. Yeah, she lights up a room. I looked back at Ash. I understand why Sal felt the way he did about her. So, who do you think is gonna win? Sal pointed to the screen. I watched Neil bowl a strike, but just seconds before, I watched Todd do the same. Honestly, it's so close. Todd and Neil are miles ahead. I mean, you're pretty close. Your 70 is closer to my 100 than Larry's 30. What about third? Who's gonna win third? Sal laughed. I don't want to beat you. He was 5 points ahead of me. What's the point of the game? I'm just here to have fun. He shrugged. Well, we'll see. If that's what you're saying, when I pass you up, I nudge him. Sal stood up for his turn. His voice was the most playful I've ever heard. You don't know what you're wishing for right now. You're gonna wish you never challenged me. Okay, so this is Larry's POV, and it's called In Larry's Head. It was the first day of October. The leaves had already started turning orange. I stood on my balcony with the hoodie. It felt colder than I remember it being last year. I sketched a bare tree into my notebook. I drew its leaves surrounding the trunks. The tree looked sad to have lost those pieces of itself. It must suck to rebuild yourself every year. A breeze picked up and I looked out into the lake. It was getting more and more visible by the day, this wind undressing the branches. The wind was defeating my hoodie, and I was too cold to draw now. I shut my notebook and sighed. Something felt off. I thought about Wai Nin. I haven't talked to her since we all went bowling, which was a week ago. I couldn't find out why we felt so distant, so sudden. I mean, I don't know how she feels that way. I don't even know if that's really how I feel. Something just feels off. Wai Nin is funny and kind. She's got such a sweet face, and I always love the way she dresses. We get along so well. It feels like we understand each other. I know there's something there. All I want to do is keep her safe and see her smile. When did things change between us? Nothing bad even happened. If anything, I should feel excited. We didn't put a label on it, but we had moments of closeness and validarity. That didn't make no sense, but you get it. I started to feel sick. Maybe I had moved too fast. Maybe I was getting caught up in the excitement of infection. I knew I was experienced with romance, but this confusion was a surprise. I didn't expect relationships to be so difficult. I had talked to girls before. I felt almost as if I was good at it. Why am I slipping out with Wai Nin? That day we went bowling, I could barely talk to her. I started to get frustrated. I stood up from my chair and stormed into the living room. Fuck! I threw my notebook on the couch. Oh my fucking god, why was I such a screw-up? I pulled a risky move and couldn't follow through. I felt like a bitch. What kind of pussy tells a girl he's into her then freezes up? I then clenched my fist and paced back and forth. What the fuck is wrong with me? Over and over. I recalled myself, and I felt as if not only I had embarrassed myself, but I started to feel guilty for doing this to Wai Nin. She moves here, we're all friends, and I have to fuck it up. For what? All because I'm lonely? You show her a couple of drawings and all of a sudden you're in love with her? Really? You think that's how it works? You know you're just hung up on Ash. Yeah, that's right, you punk. You think you could just use people? Using Wai Nin as some kind of distraction? Like she's a rebound? Just admit it. You're hung up on Ash. You're jealous of Sal. Sal and Ash went off to high school together while you stayed behind. Sal absolutely had a thing for Ash forever. And what? You think you could just butt in and take your best friend's love interest? Oh, you fucking... Hey, you okay? I looked up and I wandered outside again. Hey buddy, you good? My next door neighbor leaned over his balcony railing. I sniffled. Yeah, sorry. He chuckled awkwardly. Okay, just don't be jumped, he said jokingly, trying to lighten the mood. I could hear his door slide open and then shut behind him. I wiped my eyes with my hoodie. Jesus Christ, a breakdown outside for everyone to see? I laughed to myself. Maybe this is what I needed. I've been holding back these feelings in for so long. The situation with Wai Nin was only the cherry on top. I've been holding restraints against my friends for no reason, and now using Wai Nin as a distraction? I like Wai Nin a lot, and I've grown to care about her more and more. But it's not right to lead her on when I'm hung up on someone else. I leaned against the railing and hung my head down. When did things get so complicated? High school was so much easier. I sighed again. I have to break the news to Wai Nin that I'm a piece of shit. Larry's proof, same day. After I had calmed down, I tried to plan out how I was going to navigate this. I didn't want to hurt Wai Nin's feelings. I definitely didn't want to make things awkward. I wanted her to know I cared about her, and I wanted her to believe me. I didn't want her to think I was just trying to let her down easy. I groaned and took out my phone. My fingers hovered over her name. It felt like I couldn't type, even if I wanted to. New text to Wine In. Hey, are you busy? Smiley face? No, wait, no smiley face. I backspaced. New text to Wine In. Hey, are you busy? Ugh, that's too harsh. New text to Wine In. Could I stop by today? Fuck it, I sent it. I exhaled sharply. I stood up and shook my head nervously. I wish so badly I didn't have to do this. Ding! New text from Wine In. Yeah, I'm free. What's up? I wished even more she hadn't asked. I couldn't say nothing. I'm just about to come over and make you feel sad. I just stuck my phone in my pocket and grabbed my keys. Your proof. What a weird text. It's been 5 minutes and Larry still hasn't responded. I felt so nervous to see him, especially under these circumstances. Being alone with Larry should have sounded exciting, but we haven't talked in so long. And after the last solo conversation I had with him, it felt like something is, shifted. I closed my laptop and drummed my nose. Being away at college was for sure proving to be way more exciting than high school, but damn, it was stressful. Ding, new text from Larry. I'm here, but I don't have a key to get inside. My heart raced. I grabbed my phone and made my way down the hallway and down the stairs. I could see him waiting through the windows. Thanks, Morning. Larry held the door open and smiled. I smiled and nodded. So, what's up? He lowered his voice. Do you think we could talk in private? If I wasn't having a mental heart attack before, I was sure now. Yeah, just follow me. We made our way upstairs and approached the door to my hallway, at which point I remembered Larry to be fast as Ash lived only a couple of doors down. We scurried down the hallway and into my room without anyone seeing. I was relieved for our stealthy maneuvering, but I was alone with Larry. I jumped on my bed and motioned for him to sit. Come on, so what's up? His eyes were shifty and he was fidgeting with his hands. Wine In, you know I really like you and I really care about you. I'm so happy that we met and we're gonna have a lot of fun together. I don't doubt that at all. I squint trying to piece what he was trying to say. But things haven't felt right. I've been too chopped up to talk to you. And that's not how things were before. We talked alone at my apartment about us, and you know that. I nodded softly. I was kind of catching the drift. Yeah. He hesitated more. Maybe we were just supposed to be friends. I looked at Larry, who was looking back at me with sad eyes. Larry? I'm sorry, man. I feel like I fucked it all up. I put a hand on his knee. You really don't have to be sorry. I think I could sense that too. He shook his head. I could have been more careful with your feelings. I'm so sorry. He looked down at his feet. Larry, really, it's okay. We both agreed we were inexperienced, and I mean, this isn't a fun situation, but it's part of learning. I sighed. But you're right. We're friends, and we're gonna make it a lot of good memories together. He sniffled. I feel so guilty. I leaned into him and gave him a small squeeze. I felt maybe I knew why he was so upset and guilty, but I didn't say anything. I decided to allow us both to take this peaceful truthful. I felt a weight off my shoulders. Everything's going to go back to normal. You're my friend, and I still like you a lot, Larry. He nodded. I like you too, Wine In, and thank you. And this one is Confiding in Ash. That night was rough. Of course, the spark between Larry and I was short-lived, so I wasn't heartbroken, but I was shaken up. It all happened so fast. I felt embarrassed for falling into the temptation. It was mutual, though. We both fell in too fast. We were better as friends. The spark was in fruition, and our connection was platonic. I figured there was platonic soulmates. Besides, it was for the best. Larry didn't know this, but I was playing the love triangle in my head. And that's wrong to do. You don't admit interest in someone while thinking of another. Just one more fault of moving too fast. I haven't given myself a chance to figure out what I wanted. I sat up in my bed and clicked my phone on. 8 p.m. I missed dining hall hours. I groaned. Ugh. I hate boy drama. Larry was a friend. This whole thing could have been avoided if I just admitted I wasn't ready. Ash, you. Are you busy? Ash, no, what's up? Yo, I'm bored. Wanna come over? Ash, yes. With our school week being done, I decided I couldn't stand a Friday night along with my guilt. Besides, when Ash and I hung out, we're doing schoolwork or getting dinner. It would be nice to aimless chat without a care in the world. I opened the door to see a wide grinning Ash. Hi! I couldn't help but instantly smile. Hey Ash, I miss you. Oh, you're so clingy, she teased. I brought over a little treat, by the way. She placed a bottle of some hard lemonade. Ash! I gasped. Our RA would kill you. She rolled her eyes. Our RA wouldn't care if we set our rooms on fire tonight. It's Friday. I've been saving up for this the right time, which is now. Ash beamed it and felt good to seem wanted. You're kind of right. This has been a crazy week for me. I just really need a fun night. That's like always, like what I'm down for. My week has been weird too. I feel like there's something in the air. She unclapped the bottle. Do you have any cups? I handed her 2 cups. So, what's been going on with you? She poured us both drinks inside. It's complicated. I'm always down to listen. I don't mind a long story. I sat across on my bed and took a sip of my drink. I winced the alcohol wasn't well hidden. Ash leaned back in my desk chair and sighed. It's a combination of a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I already told you about the art block and everything, but I don't know my parents are nagging me about figuring out my future. They're telling me they want me to get internships and blah 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 and this and that. But I don't know. She took a sip. It feels like the future is just so close. On top of that, I feel like I've been missing Larry and Sal. Like I need more time with them, with my friends, my family, and less worrying about school. I nodded. That makes perfect sense. An imbalance of your work life and social life. Super overwhelming. Exactly. So what about you? What's got you stressed? I looked down at the pink drink in my hand and swallowed it. I don't know how to say. I had a slight situation with your best friend, but we fucked it up. I exhaled. I'm having boy problems that don't even exist. Yeah, that was partially true. Ash eyes widened. Ooh, this sounds interesting. Spill it. Well, it's like there's this guy, right? And I thought I liked him, and I thought maybe he liked me, but the whole thing kind of just stopped all of a sudden. And I'm not hung up on it. All about it, right? It's just confusing. She squinted and nodded. Absolutely. Processing what I just said. Yeah, still nodding. I understand. Well, kind of. Not exactly that, but the whole thing, it feels reciprocated. But at the same time, maybe not. That really sucks. And so soon into the semester, she shook her head. So, who's the guy? My heart skipped a beat. He's in one of my classes. We sit next together in lecture. Ash smiled slyly. Ah, I see. So what's the move from here? Are you going to try to talk to him? I shook my head, sipping my drink some more. I've accepted it. He actually doesn't sit near me anymore. Kind of seemed like a signal he's not feeling it anymore, which is totally fine with me. You know, with Halloween coming up, we'll definitely be going to parties. Maybe you can mingle there. She went her eyebrows and grinned. You're so social, Ash. How do you do it? I love to talk to people. She shrugged. It's fun to get out of your head. And you show. Have you double dated in a dating scene here? She laughed. I'm a people person, but I'm so bad with dating. Like I said, Sal and I dated in high school, and it was such a joke. I mean, we were meant to be just friends, so that didn't help. But I get grossed out easily too. I'm so bad at receiving happy romance sometimes. I wonder how I'll even date with that mindset. I laughed with her. I know what you mean. I don't want someone to let me win at Smash. I want them to try and beat me if they can. We giggled and refilled our cups. Getting tipsy with Ash is all I needed. I felt relaxed and safe for the first time in a while. You know, speaking of Halloween, have you ever dressed up before? I honestly had to think about it. It's probably been so long. I haven't remembered. Wow, probably not since I was 10. She shook her head. I'm disappointed. You're gonna dress up this year, aren't you? I've dressed up every year. I love it. Of course. See, we're going to go to a party. Definitely gonna need all out. We're definitely gonna go all out this year. She pulled her phone out, searching costumes. I pulled out mine. Are you sure? People don't stare? Halloween parties are like the parties here. Everyone goes crazy for it. You'll get stared at if you don't dress up. I scrolled through Pinterest, but everything I saw was lame. Barbie? Butterfly? Devil? I'm not seeing anything cool. Her eyes were still glued to her phone. I like to do characters. Last year I was Mabel from Gravity Falls. I had a little plushy pig and backpack and fake braces. What a perfect costume for Ash. I wanted to do something cool like that. Something that fit my personality, but wasn't too predictable. Ugh, this is hard. I scrolled past Halloween decor and gasped. Ash, oh my god, we have to carve pumpkins. She smiled at me with her mouth wide open. See, I love spending time with you. Larry and Sal always laugh at me for being over-enthusiastic. We're gonna have so much fun this Halloween.
Fan armies have squad goals, but you
Don't mind the
have
ads.
Spotify's ad
Okay,
manager
back to normal.
the objective that works best for your business.
The following week was like stitches to the damage of last week. Last week felt like a distant memory now. Larry texted over the weekend and things were completely back to normal. Meeting Ash to do homework without any guilt made it fun again. Things were setting in place nicely. Even though school was keeping me busy, I was really getting the hang of classes. I got my homework done early and assignments were no longer looming over my head. I even gathered enough sources for the research papers that I could probably write half of them in one sitting. There was another thing that was developing nicely. My relationship with Sal. When I wasn't meeting with Ash, I met Sal. Honestly, it was thanks to him I was able to find my resources so quickly. Sal was so smart and a very fast worker. He knows exactly where to look and where not to look. He made it for 10 minutes. He worked for 10 minutes easier. Not only because he was good and helped automatically and apathetically, but he was also good emotional supporter when the work got overwhelming. Today was a scheduled Sal day. We plan on meeting at dinner time with Ash and Larry and then heading to the library. Me. Well, yeah. Hey, you still down for dinner? Sal. Yeah, 100%. Larry. Now. Ash. Yes, I'm so hungry. I hope the dining hall has dumplings. Ash. Me too. Well, I'm almost done with my homework. Larry and Sal, are you guys done yet? Sal. Yes. Larry, I'm hungry. I'll see you guys in a sec. I'm heading to the dining hall. I finished my assignment and grabbed the hoodie with my homework and handled my social life. Fluttering, I felt on top of the world right now. I was practically skipping in the hallway. Hey guys! I walked up to the group who was settled in some chairs in the common area in the dorm hall. Yes. I'm extremely hungry. Come on. Larry stood up and led the group to the dining hall with great urgency. He's cranky because I blew him off for lunch today. Sal whispered to me. Drama queen. So no surprise Larry had gotten his food and found a table before any of us had even made it to the serving line. You're courageous, Larry. Ash took a seat next to me across from Larry while I sat across from Sal. This punk asked me if I wanted to have lunch and then bailed. Snowed out Sal and took a bite of his pizza. Apparently you can't get into a student dining hall unless you're a student or a guest of a student. Yes, because I love going to tutoring sessions. Sal had his mouth up, hyped up enough to nibble on his pizza. Ash rolled her eyes. You guys are so dramatic. Anyways, who's excited about Halloween? Wynan and I had already decided we're gonna carve pumpkins. Ew, in your dorm? Larry stated, eating another slice of pizza. Ash wrinkled her nose. Enough of your attitude, mister. Be nice. I don't want to carve pumpkins, Sal chirped. I don't even have an attitude. I'm just saying it'll be gross if you can't get rid of the pumpkin scraps. Ash huffed. Who said I'm gonna keep them under my bed forever? You're being irritating. So, can I carve a pumpkin? Sal looked between Larry and Ash. Why don't you just do it outside? Larry shook his head. I never said we weren't, though. I want a pumpkin. Sal tried to butt in again, but Ash and Larry were going at it for some reason. Ash stared at Larry through a frowned brow. Wynan can tell Larry if he doesn't shut up, then he's gonna wear a maid outfit costume to the costume party. Yeah, she said. I focused on my food and made scared eyes to Sal saying help. I could be a sexy cat maid costume. So joke's on you. Larry smiled. I'm so excited for Halloween now. Jesus Christ, you're stubborn. Ash rolled her eyes and left some to refill her drink. So, I want to carve a pumpkin too. I heard Sal smile in his voice. We could all have pumpkins. It would be really fun. Maybe we can go to the lake to do it. Yeah, we'll be outside. I looked at Larry. Larry smiled before standing up to refill his cup. They're crazy, aren't they? Yeah, they were really going at it. So, are we still working in the library tonight? Sal was nibbling on a cookie now. Yeah, if it's not too late for you, I don't want to force you to help me. He smiled. It's no problem. I look forward to it anyway. I smiled back. Me too. It feels good to get work done. Ash returned. Larry is a wreck job. I winced my eyes at Sal and turned to Ash. I told Sal that maybe we could carve pumpkins at the lake. What do you think? That sounds so much fun. And ooh, we can have movie nights too. She took a big sip of her drink. Sal's put his mask down now. Do you like horror movies, Wynon? I mean, yeah. I don't watch them too often, but it's suitable during October. Larry came back with milk and a cookie. So, when are we carving pumpkins? Well, pumpkins. Probably not till October, it's Halloween. Maybe. I was talking about maybe having movie nights. Well, Larry nodded. I could host. We should decorate my apartment. Ash smiled. I love when the semester gets fun like this. I can't wait for parties. Ash went on to show us pictures of costumes she was considering. Sal explained to me that every year it gets harder and harder to pick a mask character, and Larry made it sound like he was dead serious about going as a cat maid. Eventually, we all finished our food and left before dining hall closed for the night. Sal and I had to work in the library. We split ways with Ash and Larry, who decided to spend the night making a movie list. Sal and I walked side by side to the library. It was a cloudy night, and thundercloud could be heard in the distance. So, how's your classes going? Sal hummed. Settling down. Kinda takes a while. Getting used to things, but, it's getting better. Same here. The only thing that really requires attention is this project. Well, that's good to hear, because we've been getting some good work on it. Maybe you'll get it done, and I could hear him smiling. I can't thank you enough for your help, Sal. I mean, meeting with me like this, and all you ever done. Phil smiling. Of course, it's no problem at all. Like I said, I enjoy it. I enjoy doing projects like this. We reached the library, but before I could get to the door, Sal spoke up. Do you want to work in the library tonight? Maybe we could go back to my place and work with Gizmo. I smiled. That kind of sounds nice. I've been held hostage at school for a while now. He nodded towards the parking lot. Let's go. Since it was 8 p.m., Sal's car was one of the only ones left. I hate when it feels this isolated. It freaks me out. Sal turned on the radio and stayed at first place. I was getting more used to the drive down. It was hard to see anything besides the road. It was dark, and the ride didn't feel as aimless as it did before. Kinda like starting to feel at home. Gizmo was gonna be happy to see us. Sal grabbed my bag for me, and we all climbed the stairs. Sal opened the door, and sure enough, Gizmo was yelling. Okay. Sal picked him up and rubbed his head. He's starving, isn't he? Oh man. Oh, hi, Gizmo. I scratched his head, causing a purr. Oh, look at you, getting all the attention. Sal sat Gizmo down and disappeared into the kitchen to feed him. I could hear Gizmo yelling again, begging for Sal to place the bowl in front of him. Sal shook his head. He's ravenous, like I never fed him. Alright, so you want to start? Sure. I followed Sal into the living room and sat next to him with my laptop. So, I think I have enough resources, and I wrote online. Maybe you could recite it? Sure. Sal took the laptop from me and started reading in silence. I could hear Gizmo crunching. I looked around Sal's apartment. I only been here once. In the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of a red guitar. I didn't know Sal played. Alright, so I made a suggestion in the sidebar. I also gave a few ideas for a conclusion. You can look at it if you want, but besides that, I think it's good. You're on the right track. I nodded. Thank you, Sal. This is off topic, but you play guitar? Sal laughed. What make you ask that? I pointed down the hallway leading to our sound room. I thought I saw a guitar over there. Oh, yeah, I'm not great, but I play a little. He sounded shy. I think that's really cool. I've always wanted to play. When did you learn? Maybe I was 10. It was a part of some kind of music therapy. I did counseling as a kid. I nodded, feeling like that I hadn't touched a topic. Whinen, has anyone ever told you why I have a prosthetic? I quietly responded no, and he hummed. Gizmo had finally finished, and it was quiet now. Would you like to know? He hesitated. It's kind of a scary story still, so if you don't want to, it's fine. I've never told you. I feel bad for narrating this conversation. Yeah, you don't have to, but you don't have to worry about scaring me. He stalled before taking a breath. So, when I was really young, my mom was shot. Long story short, I was close enough to have been injured too. Well, injured is an understatement. I'm pretty badly scarred. Mangled, really. You know, hence the mess. Jeez, I definitely couldn't have guessed. I'm sorry to hear about your difficult... This happened about your mom. It sounds difficult. He nodded. It was, still is, but I've come a long way. I've been trying to focus on what's in front of me. Well, it seems to be working. He laughed. I'm glad it's not too obvious. I'm lurching around all this trauma. Thanks for trusting me. You know, it's enough to tell me. Well, he shrugged. We're good enough friends now. Gizmo taught it in the living room and took shelter in Sal's lab. Do you want to play video games, maybe? Next one is called... damn. These ads are killing me. Anyways. Next one is called... floor blanket. So, what do you think of the list? Ash was laying on her stomach with her head propped up on her hands. It's good. It's long, but more choices sounds better than none. Larry was very adamant about getting at least 20 movies. She rolled her eyes. We were at least up for a while. He's nuts. I laughed. So we're gonna choose one before the guys get here, or are we all choosing together? I guess the nice thing to do would be to wait. But I can see that being straight chaos. I kind of want to watch Herblin since I've never seen it. Ash whined. Oh, whining. That's a strong start. It's a little freaky. Her phone buzzed. Oh, they're here. Maybe we'll see if they have any ideas, but if you want to scare yourself, that's totally fine. We grabbed our blankets and pillows and met Sal and Larry in the parking lot. As requested, we have blankets and pillows. Ash handed me a pile of fluff to hold in the back seat with Sal and me. Oh, guys, you're gonna freak when you see the decoration Sal and I did. Sal? I said Sal. Ash clenched her fist. Yes, I'm so excited. What film are we watching tonight? It's gonna be hard choosing from my awesome list. Larry added. Sal piped up. Oh, there's already a list? I scoffed. Yeah, and it's 20 titles long. Hey, I heard that. That's 20 awesome titles. Long, every movie is great. Every movie is great. I pointed out defensively. Well, Larry pointed out defensively. Ash raised an eyebrow. Why did you put Spooky Buddies on the list? Sal laughed. Wait, the dog movie? Shut up. I wanted to give us choices. Larry tightened the grip on his steering wheel. Well, Wynan said she hasn't seen Hability yet, so I told her it was rough, but what do you guys think? Sal turned to me. I like that movie. We could always end the night with Larry dog movie to lighten the mood. Larry nodded. See, Ash? At least Sal appreciates my ideas. Walking up all Larry's steps with blankets was already enough what I expected to be. Terrible, but we got into Larry's apartment. Oh my god, no way, you guys did such a great job. Ash was excited. She couldn't control it. My eyes wandered all over. Where did you find this stuff? They were orange, strings, lights, and dozens of light-up Halloween characters. Larry's apartment looked straight out of a scary movie from the 80s. Mostly good. Sal was really good at the stuff, honestly. Larry placed our blankets and pillows on his couch. So Todd and Neil would be here soon, and hopefully they would bring more blankets and shit. Sal clenched the pillow. What's with the setup? Well, what's the setup gonna be? We have quite a few people, 3 max. Some can be on a couch, one can be in a beanbag chair, and we're making a room on the floor with blankets and stuff. So everyone gotta take a pick. Ash chimed in. I say we give the couch to Todd and Neil. Larry nodded. I'll take the beanbag chair, if that's cool. Ash turned to Sal and I. So, we'll move the coffee table, and the 3 of us can make a bed on the floor. That sounds good with me, I obliged. Larry and Sal moved the table out of the way. While Ash and I gathered more pillows, it was fun to make this setup. Larry let us use some old bedding, so we had a super fluffy comforter to lay on. Ash took a step back and admired our work. That's so cute. Tonight's gonna be fun, and we're gonna eat snacks. I have popcorn, duh, and soda. But Todd said he'll bring Kitty too. Larry headed into the kitchen while Ash followed to help prepare. I sat on our makeshift bed and fluffed the pillows. So, went in. Sal sat next to me. Hair tillability is pretty twisted. If you're not super familiar with it, or horror movies in general, you can feel like maybe it's too much. You can always tap me and I could say something for you. I smiled nervously. Oh god, is it that bad? I mean, it's, well, you, be okay? I just want to warn you. I don't want you to not have fun, that's all. I smiled for real this time. Thanks, Sal. Ash returned with 2 bowls of popcorn. Okay, guys, I made 3 bowls. One for us, one for Todd and Neil, and Larry fat ass has one all to himself. She placed the bowls on the coffee table, and that was how she pushed up against a wall. Hey, Todd and Neil are here, Larry announced from the front door. We all greeted Todd and Neil, whose hands were completely full of accessories. Halloween-themed blankets and so much candy. All of the snacks had been displayed when everyone was settled nicely into their spots. It was time to start the movie. Now I was nervous. As chosen so gracefully by our new member Wynan, tonight's show is Airser's Humility. Larry began the film. Oh dear lord. Todd muttered Todd muttered nervously. For my protection, I was in the middle of Sal and Ash. I turned to Sal. I'm nervous. He shook his head and gave me a thumbs up, only to smooth me as long as the interaction lasted. The first 20 minutes wasn't bad, and I enjoyed watching Alex Wolf on screen. But once it picked up and it did not let down, this is stressful, Neil muttered. I lowered the blankets from my face. No kidding. As the movie went on, I felt like I was watching less and less, only momentarily finding enough courage to open my eyes. That courage was short-lived, as the movie felt like it was ending. I was still scared shitless. During the entirety of the film, my heart rate was over 100. Every now and then, I've heard an occasional oof or ill from Todd or Neil. And to be honest, it was the only thing comforting to me. Oh shit, I watched as the mom lost her mind in the treehouse. Oh shit. I intensely reached out to grab Sal by his waist under the blankets. The scene played out and only until it recluded, was it? I realized I had been squeezing the life out of Sal. I felt my cheeks get hotter and I wiped my hand away. With cheeks still flushed, I watched the half movie heartily. I was embarrassed, but particularly revealed to have a distraction as I felt Sal's hand crept back up to my side. Still under the blankets, I could feel his hands searching for mine. Then I felt his fingers touch mine. My face was on fire, and between the movie and Sal's touch, I was sure I was going to have a heart attack. Slowly, Sal's fingers crept up to mine and linked our pinkies. Truthfully, I could barely focus for the remainder of the movie. Finally, it switched to credits, and Larry switched on an orange lamp. Okay, what do we think? It was extremely sick. Neil made a face. I agree. It was extremely well directed, so I don't know if I could be mad. Todd shrugged. Ash propped her head up. Same here, Todd. Wynan, thoughts? I wiped my hand away from Sal again and sat up. Oh, it was scary. I liked the part where the dad was on fire. Ash gave me a face and laughed. So you liked it? I shook my head. I was actually terrified. Neil laughed. Larry, Ash, and Sal all love this movie. I'm glad someone has to be scared with them. We took an interest before stirring up Larry's kid movie. We cleaned up popcorn kernels and candy wrappers to show our gratitude for Larry's hosting. Once everything was clean, I took shelter in the pile of floor and the blankets, and Sal joined me. Hey, sorry for squeezing you so tight earlier. I talked softly so only he can hear. But you made it clear though, I could hear. Barely. Alright guys, side effects. As excited as I was for the festivities to start, the middle of the semester was approaching, which meant I would soon have to turn in a first day draft for my research paper. The past few homework sessions with Ash weren't as fun. Every day I would chip away at work, which didn't make me feel better. But it wasn't easy. I prayed it wasn't obvious that I was over my head, but at this point the only thing that eased my nerves was the thought of Sal's help. I thought I knew I could trust him. He gave me good feedback. I just hope he didn't say, you need to start over. Today was Thursday. Our destined work today was skipping the library last time. We planned to meet at his place again. We decided it was more comfortable and way more fun since we could hang out after we worked. Truthfully, I looked forward to it all day, maybe even all week. Sal was the only person who actually calmed me completely. I read over my paper one last time. I didn't want to feel embarrassed by myself by making Sal read garbage. Finally, I decided it was all finished. That was left. My revision. I sighed in relief. Hopefully the work would be light tonight, so that Sal and I could chill. Of course I love hanging out with the group, but there's an unspoken calmness that we have together, and the movie night last weekend I was starting to get butterflies for him again. This time, I knew it wasn't all in my head. The more I spent time with him, the more I liked him. Not only that, he was extremely smart and helpful, but he was kind in the way he helped me. Wasn't overbearing for consenting. He genuinely wanted to see me succeed, and even though he was ahead of me, he worked with me like I was his partner, like we were equal, and I saw him do this with Larry and Ash too. Anytime there was a comparison to be made, Sal was always more than willing to sacrifice himself for others, and having gone through as much as he has, it would be totally justified for Sal to be selfish in gratitude, but he wasn't sure. He was gentle and open. Something about him made me melt. I flopped down in my bed and sent a message. Me. Hey, are we still meeting at 8? Sal. Yes. Me. Cool. I rolled over and clenched into my pillow. I could hear myself get into my head again. I didn't want to fuck this up, but I couldn't help myself wondering if Sal felt the same way about me as I felt about him. I remember Larry spectating Sal's feelings for Ash. I clenched the pillow tighter and sighed. Above all else, Sal was my friend. I rolled out of bed. Sal would be here in 30 minutes. That gave me enough time to fix my hair and makeup. I looked down at my outfit and decided I would probably need to change too. I swapped my skirt for pajama shorts and my crop top for an oversized band t-shirt. I brushed through my hair and clipped my bangs back. I already had makeup on from when I had got ready from class, so I just powdered my face and curled my lashes again. I sat at my desk and tapped my foot. I felt reckless waiting for Sal. I took his hoodie from the back of the chair and held it to my face. It felt so long that he had given me it. I breathed in it, no longer smell of him. I slid my arms in and loosely wore it backwards. I wondered how long Sal had this jacket and how much he liked it. I thought about it. It was funny that I had it now, something he would reach for carelessly. Now that in my possession, it used to hang in the closet, always at his disposal, and he gave up insisting when I kept it. I wish so bad it still had his minty lavender scent. Sal. Hey, you ready to go? I jumped at the notification and threw Sal's hoodie back into the chair. I grabbed my laptop and bag and texted back, "Yep, I'll be down." My heartbeat quickened as I made my way down to Sal. As I approached his car, my heart was pounding so hard, I almost worried that he'll be able to hear it. "Hey," I chipped as I got in and buckled my seatbelt. Hey, you got something good for me to reverse?" I could hear him smile in his voice. Oh, I laughed. God, I hope so. Once we made it back to Sal's apartment, I looked on my as if he's gotten ready for our work sesh. The lights were dim and his living room was tidy. There wasn't any stray CDs or cups like there usually were, and it smelled extremely nice. "Are you burning something?" I followed him into the living room with my backpack. "Just some incense." He took a seat on the couch before pointing to a little incense holder on his window. "It's patchouli." I sat next to him. "Huh, smells nice." I slid my laptop out my book bag. "Alright, I guess it's time to do this stupid shit." I pulled my essay out before handing it to him. Before handing the laptop to him. "Be honest with your reversion. If I have to start over, I'll do that." He laughed and shook his head. "I doubt that's the case." He began reading. There was occasional hums and noddings. I pretended to occupy myself while he read, only sneaking glances at him from behind his mask. I could see his blue eyes scanning the screen. I always found his eyes so pretty. "Okay, Winan, so?" He took a deep breath in. "You're a really good writer." I released the breath I was holding. "God, seriously?" He nodded. "I'm completely serious. I mean, I wrote some suggestions just so I wasn't useless to you, but the truth is, you don't even need me. You totally got this." I couldn't even hide my smile. You really tidy your research nicely. I think you getting a potential A." My cheeks started to hurt from smiling so hard. "Sal, I worked so hard on this for so long. Oh, I'm so relieved." "I can tell. You put a lot of work into it." I could hear him smiling too. "This is great. I'm done." "Oh, thank you so much, Sal. I hope you know how much I appreciate your support. This means the world to me. I've been stressed out to no end, and your help is so comforting." He chuckled. "I'm glad I could help at least with that." I packed my laptop away, still smiling. "So, you want to watch Hillary again?" I wiped my head around. What? You're crazy." "So you did hate it." I mean, I didn't hate it, but I probably won't ever watch it again. I absolutely hated that treehouse scene. Oh, I know. If my waist was my neck, you would have strangled me to death. My cheeks went hot and I laughed. "Shut up." He reached for the Switch controllers, handing one to me. "So, have you picked out a costume for the Halloween party next weekend?" We started around a smash. "Yeah, but I don't know if I like it. What about you?" "No, I mean, my costumes weren't ever far off from how I look normally, so it's not as fun." He talked calmly, but he was beating my ass. I was trying so hard to get hits on him and hold a conversation. "That sounds sad. I wish you were more excited." "Oh, no, I'm excited, but, people see me in a mask every day, so the scary effect isn't new." He won the first round and we started another. You think you look scary?" He hesitated. "Maybe." He was still throwing hits at me, but my heart sank a little. "Sal, you're not scary." "I don't know. My story's a little freaky, and on top of that, I have a prosthetic face." He paused. "I mean, what's beneath is worse, so I can't explain the mess." "What do you mean worse?" He sighed. "It's just, I don't cover my face for no reason." It was genuinely hard to focus on the game now. "Well, I guess I understand. I don't know. I think you're being mean to yourself." The round ended, and he set his controller down. "Winan, you haven't seen me though." His voice sounded small. "No, but I know you." He was silent and my heart was racing. "I know you're kind and you're smart and you're funny and I think a lot that shines through. So maybe I haven't seen your face, but I don't know. I think there's more beauty in the person's heart. Could ever be, in their appearance." "Oh, Winan, I don't know what to say." I could see his blue eyes now shiny. I offered him a smile. "Just be nice to yourself, okay?" He nodded. I'm sorry. I just haven't been feeling... I've just been feeling insecure lately. I looked at him meeting his gaze. I don't want you to think I'm a freak. My heart skipped a beat. Oh my god, Sal, no, of course not. I've never thought about that. He looked at me, eyes still shiny with tears threatening to fall. Why then? Sal's phone began to ring. Fuck. He sniffled. I'm sorry. It's Larry. He answered his phone. I could hear Larry's voice yelling on the other line. What? Larry, slow down. Okay, yeah. Oh shit. Damn, yeah, I'll be over. As soon as I can. He sighed. Larry's car broke down, and I, have to go get him. I nodded. Poor Larry. I can drive you back, though. The silence in the car was thick. It wasn't tense in a bad way. I could definitely feel it. It felt like every time I tried to speak, it was the wrong time, so I swallowed every attempt for the first 10 minutes. Eventually, Sal spoke up. Hey, so I wrote a song for you. Would you, want to hear it? My body felt so hot. Sure. Guys, I'm gonna play the song. Okay. Sal turned to me on the stereo, and a bright tune began to play. A song began to sing. Was this Sal? When I started to listen to the lyrics, wait, what? I was only just found out Sal played the guitar just like last week. I had no idea he made music. A lump formed in my throat. As the song continued, it sounded like Sal was saying he had feelings for me. Butterflies weren't a good enough description of the feeling I had. My entire body felt shaky on the verge of exploding. Sal's voice was hot, but to hear him sing? And about me? When we reached my dorm hall, the song came to an end. I'm gonna keep playing it because it's so good. It's gonna end soon. When we reached my dorm hall, the song came to an end. Sal cleared his throat. So, I'll see you next week for the party? I swallowed. Yeah, definitely. My grip on my backpack made my knuckles white. Thanks for tonight, and good luck with Larry. Thanks, Wyman. Good night. His eyes squinted. I looked outside looking at him through the open passenger window. I smiled back and waved before heading in. Oh, fuck. Alright guys, that is the end of part 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing this whole thing. We're gonna leave off on a cliffhanger because fuck yeah. I think this is a cliffhanger. Did Sal actually confess his feelings for listener? Or was it just a song? I mean, apparently he did write it. How sweet. That was very sweet. That was very cute. Things are finally back to normal. That's good. But what's gonna happen at that Halloween party? He basically just confessed his feelings. What's gonna happen? Will they fall in love? Will they fall apart? We'll find out in part 4. Thank you guys for listening so far. And if you want part 4, just let me know and I'll deliver. And you guys tell me if you're excited for sallyface 2 that is in the works, because I know I am. And tell me what your favorite part of the video was, or funny part, or whatever. I apologize for the constant stuttering and having to restate myself. I know that gets annoying a lot. I really do apologize for that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope the background music wasn't too much, and it actually made the video less boring. So yeah. If you guys want part 4, let me know. Depends on the attention this video gets in the comments asking for it. Even if I don't get a comment, I'm still going to continue the series. So yeah, let me know you're loving it, you know? Anyways, I'm JVI. What the fuck? I'm JVA and I'm out.